So today we're going to be looking at footwork. So I've done some videos on footwork, for no-gi, takedowns, wrestling. We're going to look at some basic footwork for passing, guard passing. So this is going to work gi or no gi. When I'm teaching passing, I see people kind of getting tripped up. So hopefully this video will help you guys. And I'm just going to break down some of the common drills, techniques that I use in my guard passing. I'm sure I'm going to miss some details. You let me know in the comments when I miss those details. Otherwise, I think it's going to hit a lot of what you guys need. Footwork drill, movement drills, just directional movement, how to go forward, backwards, side to side. It may seem crazy that I have to talk about this, but you guys got to remember, new people coming in with no basis in any athletic endeavors, nothing. Haven't exercised, nothing. It's important that we go over these details. So just how to move forward, how to move backwards, side to side. And typically, this is very similar to wrestling and striking. You're going to go with your lead leg first. So that lead leg is going to step, and then you bring the back leg behind. If you're going side stepping, lead leg goes first in the direction that you're going towards, back leg goes behind. So nothing too crazy. You're always going to have to use that footwork, guys, because if you're mixing your footwork up, man, you're not going to last too long. You're going to get taken down, you're going to get swept. So that kind of goes to having a good base. You want to keep your feet hip width, shoulder width apart, and then just, that movement. The next is just pivoting, how to pivot. And man, I guess a lot of people don't know how to pivot. And there's different ways to pivot. You can pivot on your heel, if you're doing like a hook, or, in guard passing when you're doing a throw, a leg throw, one leg throw. So there's two ways to pivot, guys. You can pivot on the ball of your foot, the middle. And then we have the heel. You can pivot on your heel. And typically, if you're doing like any fast movements, you're going to be on the ball of your foot because it's quick, like a one leg throw or some type of big movement like that. When you're going slower, typically you're going to be going on the heel. My boy Jeff Cummings, he loves to do that heel toe from De La Riva. So pivoting is important. That's how you change your direction. And especially if you're doing side to side passing, you're going to have to pivot. And there's going to be certain guards where we have to pivot to get our leg out. Number 3, side shuffle. And this goes back to the directional movement. Side shuffle, you can do it in a defensive stance, so both legs kind of on the same level. You can also do the side step in a directional stance, or an athletic stance. That's what I like to call it. So side shuffle, your lead leg, whichever direction you're going in, that side leg goes first, back leg goes second. Okay. I typically will do the side shuffle. If you're doing a Toriando pass, you're gonna do a side shuffle almost anytime you force headquarters. When you step over the leg to force headquarters, you're gonna do a side shuffle. Those are the two big ones I can think of. I'm sure there's some more on this list. Jump step is kind of like the next level of a side shuffle, and it's when you go with the back leg first and then the lead leg goes second. So it sounds kind of weird. You can also do this footwork with the directional footwork, or the directional movement we talked about earlier. It's a little bit quicker, it's a little bit more advanced. You're gonna need more coordination, guys. So if you can barely do that directional movement from the beginning, hey yo, don't worry about this. You're gonna see more advanced players, more advanced competitors using this footwork. It's quick, and especially when you're going against a good guard player, sometimes you don't have time to waste. So it's very efficient, and it's quicker, and you can actually cover more distance. And I know I've shown this in my wrestling videos, my wrestling takedown videos, where like we use that to cover a large amount of distance. It can be time consuming to learn how to use it though. That's the downside. So you got to practice that one. And switch step. So your switch step is you just switch your step. So going back into an athletic stance, switching your lead leg with your back leg. I don't see too many people using this footwork, but I use it whenever I'm, in a really good guard and I need to switch my stance quick. I need to, for instance, say maybe they kick past my leg. They're wearing De La Riva, they have their leg past my elbow. Sometimes I'll switch my stance, especially if I see them let go of my ankle from De La Riva. I might switch my stance to get a knee cut. Yeah, I don't really see too many people talk about that. Hey, I might be the first one. Nah, I'm sure somebody's got that. But it's just a way to, if you see an opening, switch stance can create a bigger opportunity for you to get the guard pass. And it usually throws people off completely off because they're like, they weren't ready for you to switch your stance. Because most people lead with their right leg. Now that I think about it, they lead with their right leg, and most people play De La Riva with their left leg. Most people lead with their right leg passing, and most people play De La Riva with their left leg. So if you're able to switch things up, lead with your left leg, because most people don't have a De La Riva on their right leg, so that throws people off. So that goes back to that switch stance, or that switch step. Knee drop. So knee drop is pretty, man, you guys gotta know how to drop your knee. When I say knee drop, I'm not saying like torpedo your knee to the mat. I'm more so saying to almost like a wrestling shot. How you do like a, yeah, we call it like a wrestling shot. How to get your knee to the mat safely. You're gonna see this when you're doing knee cuts, also reverse knee cuts, and other guard passes like smash passes and folding passes. So I use that footwork a lot. You know, if you're in a good De La Riva, sometimes you gotta get out of there, man. So that knee drop is very important. I think what gets a lot of people is their ankle mobility. So sometimes being able to go up on your toes, your ball of your foot, your toes, and then drop your knee in the position that you want, it's important. To piggyback off of that, we have like directional knee drops. So of course, you guys should know how to drop your knee forward, but also internally and externally to the side. And you'll see that with the different passes I mentioned. You know, there's sometimes when you knee cut, you might bring your knee inward more so. And then sometimes when you do that reverse knee cut, you bring your knee outward more so. So very important footwork, guys. I guess technically it's knee work, but let's consider that footwork. And you know, that utilizes some of the other steps, the other movement skills, like how to pivot, how to stay on the ball of your foot. And the last one is, I don't see people talk about it, but they might do it, and that's how to do the jump back. So jump back, you might see this more so from De La Riva when your partner lets go of your ankle. You can jump out of their guard almost. I think that's the only instance I could think of using it, but you know, you're gonna see a lot of great guard players do this move. You know, I do it too, so hey, I'm one of the best. I might cut that out. Might have to cut that out. Yeah, a lot of important footwork, guys. You guys gotta tighten up your footwork. Nobody really taught me about footwork. We used to do drills that would build your footwork, but we never talked about it. But I think if you want to improve your guard passing, you want to step up your guard passing, just put some more time and effort and thought into working on your footwork, guys. It's gonna help. It's gonna pay off. Maybe not immediately. You guys want to watch my YouTube videos and improve the next day. But just realize that sometimes you got to put some effort into it, guys. You can't just magically improve all the time. So yeah, that was the footwork. We talked about directional movement, pivot, side shuffle, jump step, switch step, knee drop, directional, and then the jump back. I'm sure there's some more drills and footwork I missed, but those are the ones I use. And you know, hey, they get me through gi, no gi, ADCC, IBJJF. So hey, I think it'll work for you guys. So yeah, if you guys want to improve, man, add some footwork, guys. That's not even the technique, right? It's just the footwork to put you in a position to use your technique. So I think if you guys can tighten up your footwork, it's gonna help you guys a lot. And you know, some guys to watch if you want to watch some good footwork. You know, you have all the AOJ guys. That's all they do is footwork drills. You have Isaac Dodeline. He has really phenomenal footwork. You're gonna see him do some stuff. You're like, man, how do you do that? I'm trying to think of some other people, but there's some good resources, guys. So check those guys out. Yeah, hope this video helps you guys. Until next time, peace out. Peace, and ciao.